When Cody Rhodes finally ended Roman Reigns' 1,316-day undisputed WWE Universal Championship run at WrestleMania XL to finish his story, the world stood still and took notice. The fans couldn't contain their excitement, gushing about the endless possibilities that Rhodes' reign as champion could bring. However, as weeks turned into months, the second-generation wrestler's time at the top of the mountain fell flat on its face for, various reasons. Join us now as we look at the 10 possible reasons Cody Rhodes' WWE reign is losing interest among fans. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. It's all about the journey and not the destination. Cody Rhodes went through a redemption arc throughout 2023 after failing to topple Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. Instead, he fought the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, in an acclaimed trilogy. It was a nice touch on the part of the WWE to pit him against one of its most intimidating performers in decades. The fact that Rhodes prevailed over Lesnar meant that he came out stronger from their blockbuster feud. The audience also rallied behind the American Nightmare as he slowly headed toward his final goal of winning the WWE title. The support the former AEW EVP garnered surprised every wrestling expert as the fans chose him over The Rock for competing against Reigns at Mania. Who could forget the #WeWantCody trend that took over X and, forced the Triple H regime to change their plans and put Rhodes in the main event for the show of shows. Wrestling fanatics were in for the long haul when it came to endorsing the 39-year-old's journey to the very top, but their support dwindled as soon as he reached the pinnacle of WWE. The unpredictability aspect has been completely missing. What makes a title run memorable? Is it a dominant performance from a champion that makes the difference? Or is it the absolute masterclass put forth in a championship clash? While all these factors do contribute to making a reign successful, increasing the unpredictability aspect of a title match goes a long way in getting the champion over with fans. Conversely, Cody Rhodes' title defense encounters have been anything but unpredictable, as they have followed a similar pattern, wherein he manages to beat his challenger against all odds after having his back against the wall every time. Granted, this has been a tried and tested formula for success that WWE has been using for decades, but every now and then, the global wrestling phenomenon has had the gall to throw a spanner in the works to make things interesting. This has been entirely missing in Rhodes' case, making his title run cumbersome for the audience. Lack of credible threats to the American Nightmare's title. The death of credible challengers for Cody Rhodes' strap has been appalling. In the lackluster reign, which is in the 7th month, the champion has defended his crown against the likes of AJ Styles twice, Solo Sikoa on 2 occasions, and Logan Paul and Kevin Owens once each. While Styles and Owens have proven pedigree in wrestling, visualizing them as the future face of WWE doesn't feel like the right choice. On the other hand, Paul has managed to make a name for himself in his limited run in the Stanford-based promotion. But, let's face it, the wrestling juggernaut wouldn't want to invest in another part-time champion. As for Sikoa, well, his time would surely come, but right now, it's indeed very early. The fact that these were the best adversaries WWE could come up with for its flagship title makes Rhodes' title run all the more underwhelming. The babyface run of Cody Rhodes has run its course. Since Rhodes returned to WWE at WrestleMania 38, he has portrayed the gimmick of a crowd favorite babyface. His character portrayal has been appreciated in all quarters, particularly as a contender for the throne. Surprisingly, the American Nightmare's promos have been stale after becoming the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. While he continues to woo the arena audiences with his notable charm, social media fans aren't so happy with his good guy shtick, especially after winning the title of his dream. Many believe these problems could be solved by simply turning Rhodes into a deceitful heel. Well, these claims aren't without any substance, as the former Intercontinental Champion's brief villainous runs in TNA and AEW were quite impressive. Food for thought for Triple H, eh? Rhodes does not quite have the aura of Roman Reigns. Let's face it, Roman Reigns is a once-in-a-lifetime wrestler, while Cody Rhodes is unique in his own right, but he's nowhere close to matching the Anoa'i family member's aura. Reigns' historic title run, which lasted 1,316 days, may have been filled with tainted victories, but when he walked on the entrance ramp with a title belt around his waist, fans couldn't help but acknowledge the tribal chief. Despite gaining the reputation of a fighting champion, Rhodes doesn't quite have the same impact as Reigns had, with WWE's top prize in his grasp. Fans unknowingly got attached to Reigns as the champion. The old adage, careful what you wish for, fits perfectly in this situation. For years, the WWE Universe clamored for Roman Reigns to lose his title belt, growing irritated by his dubious ways. But when the moment finally arrived, they developed cold feet, so much so that the audiences devised a "We want Roman" chant within days of the head of the table losing his strap. This displays the audience's love for Reigns as the face of WWE, which they didn't even know existed until it was too late. Stepping into the shoes of a champion who has spent 3.5 years at the top of the mountain is no mean feat, and Rhodes has found that out after dethroning the former Shield member. WWE is delaying the inevitable by holding on to The Rock versus Cody Rhodes for 2025. The first half of 2024 saw a massive surge in WWE's viewership numbers with the addition of The Rock in the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns feud. So much so that the final boss's tiff with Rhodes gained more traction with the fans than his rekindled rivalry with the tribal chief. Fans turned in every week on WWE programming to see what the Great One was up to in his quest to humiliate the American Nightmare. The unexpected popularity of this tussle between The Rock and Rhodes meant that the Stanford-based promotion reserved it for the future, probably WrestleMania XLI in 2025. Therein lies the problem, as the Endeavor-owned company's obvious delay tactics in pitting Rhodes and the wrestler-turned-actor have deprived the audience of what could be an explosive matchup. Moreover, Reigns, who could also significantly threaten the champion's run, is embroiled in the Bloodline business, leaving the wrestling faithful no choice but to wait for WWE to assemble all the pieces. Cody Rhodes and the Bloodline. What's the endgame? Roman Reigns' involvement in the Bloodline Civil War is understandable, given that the faction was his brainchild. But the number of times Rhodes has been pulled into the familiar feud has been alarming. Granted, Solo Sikoa's challenge for his title meant that he had to contend with the new tribal chief's lackeys, but Rhodes having to fight the group first in a 6-man tag team match at the 2024 Money in the Bank PLE, and then in a 2-way fight with Reigns as his partner in the Bad Blood PLE wasn't really a good look. It pointed out that WWE had no credible challenger against the champion. Hence, the promotion went for the second best option. The Triple H regime has been known to take the slow burner approach regarding storylines, and it might come up with a fulfilling payoff concerning Rhodes and the Bloodline. But for now, his involvement in the saga feels like a complete dud.
Cody Rhodes on the top of the stairs!
Rhodes' character development has hit a roadblock. The career of a WWE wrestler is defined by how much development their character has gone through over the years. Undoubtedly, Cody Rhodes has come a long way from being a mid-card player to being the very face of the promotion. But the wrestling business, like life, is all about continuously evolving to become the best version of oneself. And to his credit, the former AEW grappler has continued to reinvent himself since returning to WWE in 2022. However, he has become complacent regarding his character development since becoming the champion. Whether it's an error on the part of WWE's creative or a lack of effort from Rhodes himself, there seems to be no newness with regard to his promo, which have become more and more generic deep into his reign. There's little doubt that the champion has come leaps and bounds when it comes to his ring work, which is exquisite whenever he enters the squared circle. However, as wrestling purists will point out, a top guy for a wrestling promotion should be atop both mic and ring work, which has not been the case with Rhodes during his reign. WWE's questionable booking choices with him as the champion. We've already talked about a lack of credible challengers to Cody Rhodes' throne, but who put him in such situations in the first place? Yep, that's right. WWE creative is behind those lackluster booking choices. Moreover, portraying the second-generation superstar as a punching bag for every heel performer on the roster doesn't help skyrocket his reign to the top echelons of popularity. There has to be a perfect balance when booking a wrestling promotion's top guy, and, right now, WWE doesn't seem to be doing justice to it. Marvelous verdict. Cody Rhodes' meteoric rise from a reject to WWE's top guy is a prime example of never giving up on one's dream. But the subpar storytelling once he became the undisputed WWE Universal Champion has tainted some of that achievement. I mean, the jury is still out with regard to the American Nightmare's time as champion. Rhodes may still turn the tide in his favor, as Triple H believes in him going into the future. But now, his time as the face of the company has not at all been up to the mark. And that ends our video. If you liked the content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.